Trump's cabinet meeting underway at the White House. We are monitoring it. Say goodbye to the green agenda and hello to great showers.
That's so weird.
You can say what was going on. Just say what was going on.
We were going to toss to Elon Musk because Elon Musk was talking in the cabinet meeting. Then he stopped talking. They were talking to me in my ear, and then I'm reading about the shower revolution.
What would Elon Musk say about the shower revolution? That would be an interesting
That's a good question.
At least you didn't say another color shower.
Yeah, I know. I knew, you're so sick. I knew you were thinking that because I was thinking that.
So, President Trump signing an executive order to end the war on water pressure. A lot of people are happy about that. Bring back those high-flow shower heads. We all secretly miss them, or not secretly, like me. It's part of the administration's plan to reset the regulatory landscape around American-made energy, reversing Obama and Biden era restrictions that have basically stifled domestic production. So Lee Zeldin was on Mornings with Maria today talking about many of the things that he's doing at the EPA, but this is also one of them. And people were sick of it. You remember Trump, while he was campaigning, talking about the heat that makes you itchy, Charlie, and the shower heads that drip, drip, and you take twice as long of a shower because not enough water is coming out. I mean, people are just frustrated. We all want to go back to being normal and the way it used to be.
I mean, the left agenda is unnerving in so many ways. You know, men could be women, women could be men.
True.
Light bulbs that are designed not to have that much light. I mean, it's just a pathetic nanny state reaction to everything. Although there is something I read recently that a lot of these Hollywood stars are not showering as much, like maybe once a week, because it's good.
I read that about Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe there's a. Maybe Trump should back off
why
this.
don't we shower? Because it's not good for our skin. It dries out our skin.
That's what they argue, and it kills good bacteria.
You know, in Italy, my family, I can say this, they don't shower that much.
Let's make showers great again. Let's make showers strong again.
And they live long time. By the way, everybody.
Let's bring all of that back to America and get the free flowing going.
Let's stay focused, because as we're talking about tariffs and the sledgehammer and how he chose to do this and whatnot, there are other agenda items that President Trump is executing on, and you know, his environmental policy and rolling back Biden regulations were something that some people certainly did vote on. So Taylor, you look at this and say to yourself, there are little pockets of things that he's doing that are working. He's got a very good team in place. Zeldin is very capable. Your thoughts?
I agree. And look, you know, my perspective, I come from California, where this over-environmental regulation has totally stifled small businesses. We hearken back to the wildfires in L.A., right, where Gavin Newsom says, I'm going to sign an executive order to reduce regulation so people can rebuild. And then the mayor goes, yeah, I'm going to sign an executive order to start thinking about maybe how we'll start planning to reduce regulations to help rebuild. That is like the red tape that just crush small businesses. So I'm with you. I think everyone on this panel wants to breathe clean air. Of course we do. There's also ways our coal has gotten, our oil has gotten cleaner relative to the rest of the world, right? There's ways that we've become efficient and productive to continue to, you know, win on all these fronts.
And part of it is the economics of it all. But Brian, part of it also was the stifling impact of regulation and how much they were trying to control people through actions like this. Really, the inner workings of your home, from telling you, we don't want you to have a gas stove and we want this much amount of water coming out of the shower head. I mean, they really start to encroach on people's liberties.
It's infuriating. It's like death by paper cuts with all these things. So I'm kind of a fan of the sledgehammer, and I love that Zeldin has taken out the sledgehammer here, and the president's taken out the sledgehammer here. 2 executive orders, or a couple, or 3, I think, yesterday. One of them, great executive order. The president says you got to sunset provisions and regulations if you review them and they don't make sense. So he's finally saying all the old regulations that nobody ever looks at and we just live with, you got to get rid of them. Love that. Do it all time. And he said you got to rescind regulations that don't comport with the 10 big Supreme Court rulings for the lawyers on this panel. If they don't comport with what the Supreme Court said, and that's your Loper Bright, that's your West Virginia ruling.
Chevron, right?
Well, that's the Chevron doctrine. You got to get rid of them. So basically, sledgehammer, chainsaw, whatever you want.
There's ways to
they
do
are
it.
going after these regulations.
I mean, there are certain parts of government that needed a sledgehammer, no doubt. Doge needed a sledgehammer. No, I mean, you need, transgender dance festivals in Bangladesh is not stuff that we should be spending money
Are
on.
you sure?
I'm positive on that. If there's anything I'm positive about, is that that USAID stuff was crazy. It needed to be upended. Radio Free Europe, do we still need it? It was just some of this stuff was bizarre. But there are parts of the economy you need the scalpel. And I think that's the sort of scariness of and what scares the markets about the Trump agenda is like there's stuff here that demands a scalpel.
Yeah.
And trade was one of those.
Do we happen to have the Trump soundbite that we were going to play at the top? Yes? Can we play it? Okay, we'll get it in 1 second, but...
I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. And I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous. And what you do is you end up washing your hands 5 times longer. It's the same water. And we're going to open it up so that people can live.
So glad he's president.
Yes.
I mean, this is like solid gold compared to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Oh, God.
Just from a personal perspective, these things are irritating to the president.
Yeah.
The dishwashers, the low flush toilets, irritating. Also, he prefers the golden glow of which is now banned, the incandescent light bulb. So he actually shares the same views of many Americans, and all he's doing is giving people a choice.
So this guy
We're not going to force this on
what,
you and force it down your throat.
I know, I agree. And what makes him so brilliant as a politician, who was never a politician until kind of recently, is he's really good retail-wise. Everybody used to think John McCain was a great retail politician. This is like
nobody compares.
This is like Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays all in one.
He's got that locked up.